guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at the Dream Giveaway Garage, and boy, oh boy, do we have a dream car for you. This is a 2021 Chevrolet C8 Corvette Z51, but guess what? This is not your run-of-the-mill vet from Bowling Green, Kentucky. This one has gone through the facility at Lingenfelter Performance Engineering. But before we get into this silver bullet of a sports car, let's talk about what's going on here. The Chevrolet Corvette. It's been around since 1953, if you could believe that. In the beginning, the first couple years, not much performance. But in 1955, things changed when they decided to drop in a naturally aspirated V8. And from that moment on, the story is written in the history books around the world of what the Corvette is all about, that America's true sports car. Now in 2020, the big shocking rocking news was with the C8 Corvette, the 8th generation. The engine was moving from the front to the middle of the vehicle, and that really was something revolutionary for the people at Chevrolet and this Corvette. Now, with the Corvette, bringing lots of performance, obviously still being America's true sports car, but what if? What if you want more performance? Part of the issue with the C8 Corvette is that ECU has been locked down, tougher to get into than Fort Knox. But Lingenfelter Performance has decided to take some of their goodies and add it to the vehicle to build up performance. So what I want to do is, I want to look over this Vet, which is a 3LT, nicely optioned with the Z51 Performance package, but I also want to point out those changes that they made over at the Lingenfelter facility and find out, should you get one of these C8s that have gone through the whole Lingenfelter process, or should you wait for the Z06 Corvette? Now, Chevrolet announced that Z06 Corvette with that 5.5 liter flat plane crankshaft, naturally aspirated V8. We're gonna have to find out and see how hard those are gonna be to come by. So let's go ahead, let's see if this is the better way to go to get your C8 Corvette and to also get more performance. Let's dive into this 2021 Lingenfelter C8 Corvette. Right off the bat, the body shape. At the front of the business, I think the designers hit the nail on the head. So of course, going into 2021, we see a continuation of LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, and turn signals. The way that they sculpted the headlight housing really flows nicely into that front fascia. Now, as we drop down, we do have some changes. Beautiful carbon fiber brought into that corner air intake area. The rest of it is going to be that carbon flash metallic, but the great news is full functionality to bring nice cool air to those heat exchangers up front. You're also going to notice that we have that massive carbon fiber splitter, really blends in nicely with the rest of the front fascia. And this is a functional piece here that's going to give you not only style, but also more downforce at the front of this vehicle. Now, as we come across the front, really taking the lines of a stealth fighter jet, bringing it to the C8 Corvette. You can see a lot of carbon flash metallic, which I don't mind it so much. It's a little bit better than just regular gloss black. It's got a nice metallic tinge to it, but you can see that carbon fiber from that front splitter, the Corvette name stamped in there. So much history coming from Chevrolet, and these still being built in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now, when you go up onto the front fascia, you'll see those nice, hard, defined lines, and the silver color really showcases that. We have the iconic badging. You go back to 1953, you've always had your cross flags with the checkered flag and the Chevrolet bow tie. It's changed over the years, but still gonna have those two flags there. And I like the way that this has more of a traditional brushed aluminum look rather than the blacked out look. You can get the badging blacked out around the perimeter and the edges, but I think that this really kind of shows that nice classic connection. Now, when we get up onto the hood, remember, there's no engine underneath. This is a front mounted trunk. You can see the great lines. And I think that they did a wonderful job with how high the fender peaks are, because when you're behind the wheel doing the business on throttle, that's gonna give you the perfect vantage point to hit those apexes as you're going down your favorite twisty road or a racetrack. Speaking about going around, let's come around the bend and see what we're working with on this particular Corvette, this C8 Corvette, Lingenfelter Corvette. We have the optional carbon flash metallic wheels. I actually like the style of this wheel. Nice kind of split spoke design. It's got the Corvette name on it. A little bit of machined aluminum all the way around the edge. This is a 19-inch wheel up front. They're actually staggered. 19-inch up front, 20-inch in the back. With the Z51 Performance package, you are going to get the larger calipers and larger rotors, fully ventilated with the Corvette script and the Z51 badge there. This one also has the magnetic ride suspension. All four corners, it's going to read the road like you read a book to really give you that perfect amount of compression and rebound in the dampers, all four corners. Also, the way the car sits, it's got a great just stance to it. Now, up front, we got 245 on the width, 35 series on the sidewall, and if you notice, the center caps, these are optional. It says Corvette Racing with Jake. That is the official mascot of the Corvette racing team. So kind of cool to be able to really personalize. That is what really the C8 is so special compared to the other Corvettes. There's so much personalization, from caliper color to wheel centers to wheels and everything on the interior. But let's continue down the side and see what Lingenfelter brings to the table. Now, going into the fender, nice smooth flow. You'll notice we have those carbon fiber side sills that extend nicely out and then flare out towards the rear to channel air towards the back of the car. The C8, the Lingenfelter C8 badge on the side of the door, I think is just enough graphic to where it really makes it pop. And then of course, when you look up top, you're gonna get your carbon fiber mirror caps. That's gonna kind of bring that whole carbon fiber design. Lingenfelter name, such a classic design. You look at Lingenfelter cars over the years, it always has that bright red, same script name. The company was started about 42 years ago by Ken Lingenfelter. Really did a great job. Just simplicity, enough to let you know, hey, what's going on here with this C8 Corvette. Now, as we look at that name and we kind of flow up onto the roof, we have that carbon fiber roof with the painted silver on the sides. One of the lightest roofs ever in Corvette history. And remember, all coupes are Targas. That top comes off and you could store it in the back. Carbon flash metallic around the door opening. Remember, when you open up the door, the trim goes with it. And I kind of like that nice, clean design. No door handles, nothing like that. Let me try that again, Joe. There we go. Nice flow into the rear. That air is going to be channeled into that naturally aspirated V8. At the back end of the business, of course, with the Z51 Performance package, you do have larger rear brakes. I love that nice satin metallic red finish to them. And out back, when it comes to tires, and these are those Continental Connie stick tires, extreme contact sport tires, 305 on the width. So you're going to get more rubber to meet the road, and you got an electronic limited slip differential. But coming around the back, this is one of the most coveted things that people want. It's that GM Performance rear wing. These are very hard to come by. It isn't carbon fiber, but I'm okay with that. It's that carbon flash metallic. I love the end plates, the nice angle to it, and the way that it's a pedestal design, but they did a great job with styling each of the supports. Coming up on top of that rear engine hatch, you have the beautiful Stingray. Remember, the Stingray name and Stingray design made a return in 2014 on the C7. The last time a Stingray name was used before that was all the way back in 1976. Of course, being a mid-engine, you could see that engine underneath the rear glass and the rear hatch. We have carbon flash metallic ventilation to bring the heat out. And I don't know if you can see what's in there. We're going to show you a closer look. That is a Lingenfelter carbon fiber intake plenum. Can't wait to show you a closer look. But at the tail end of the business, we drop it down. You're going to get that new style on the whole quad taillight play on a Corvette. Remember, they used to be round, then they went oval. This is that new design. We do have carbon flash metallic functionality on the rear venting. And look at the goodies we got from Lingenfelter. That Lingenfelter Corsa Performance exhaust. Love the massive openings, 4-inch in diameter, nice staggered with a slash cut. And then you're gonna get that rear diffuser that looks phenomenal. My only zonk is I don't really love the overall shape of the rear end, but definitely that exhaust makes a big difference. If you're comparing this to the Z06, Z06 is gonna have a little bit more unique body style. We'll have to see when we see it in person, but you know what? let's open up that rear engine hatch and see the power. All right, guys, we got the rear engine hatch open. Now, Chevrolet prides themselves with the amount of storage space, not only at the rear, but also under that front-mounted trunk. But really, where Lingenfelter prides himself is not on the storage space, but on that baby right there. What are we looking at? We're looking at a Lingenfelter tuned Performance LT2 engine. So what do we got? We got a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8 with that performance design carbon PTR intake manifold and the exhaust, larger 95 millimeter throttle body, and complete ECM integration. You're now looking at 560 horsepower. Put that in perspective, a stock Z51 Corvette has 495 horsepower. Now, if we're comparing it to the mighty Z06, we all are falling short, but we will have more torque. That's a different story. Now, 0 to 60, no official numbers, but Lingenfelter is saying around 2.5 seconds, 0 to 60, quarter mile around 11 seconds flat, top speed of at least 195 miles an hour. The vehicle weighs 3,647 pounds. And like I said, this is a 3LT. We got a 95 millimeter throttle body. We got that performance design carbon PTR intake manifold and that 4.5 inch tipped exhaust, that Corsa exhaust. If you're looking at pricing just for that intake manifold is going to be $2,100. Pricing for the performance 4-valve exhaust is going to be around $3,600. But you know what? I love the carbon fiber style that they have with the Lingenfelter C8 name. And boy, that's an engine that I could stare at all day long. Plus, you could see the magnetic ride suspension, the wires here for that magnetic ride suspension. But you know what? It's about that time. Get ready for an eargasm. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's fire up this Lingenfelter C8. Guys, we're inside this C8 Corvette, this Lingenfelter prepped C8 Corvette. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I am in love with this new mid-engine Corvette ever since you first showed one here on Rady's Rides and reviewed it. How much is this one? I'm dying to know. So MSRP, this one is a 3LT. You're looking right around $100,000. Then you're going to have that extra cost of the Lingenfelter performance equipment and the labor. But let's see what you're going to be getting if you win this one to the door panels. Absolutely love the two-tone setup. The red stitching, the nice bright silver aluminum speaker grille cover with the Bose sound system, even carbon fiber around the switch gear. Really gives it that classy look, especially with the red and black. And then you even have a nice large opening down there for at least 5 Twinkies. So give those to the Ferrari owners, to the Porsche owners, and the Lamborghini owners that you're going to be beating at your next track day. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, this is the highest level quality and fit and finish in any Corvette. The wonderful stitching, the nice aluminum finish. My big zonk are these cheap plastic levers to direct the airflow. I wish they would have done something a little bit nicer. Obviously, another arguing point is going to be the big divider. I don't have a problem with it, but it really isolates your passenger from the rest of the business going on. The massive row of buttons seems confusing at first for the AC, the heated seats, and the ventilated seats, but it's actually pretty intuitive once you figure it out. You do only have an 8-inch infotainment system. I wish that was a little bit larger. Maybe you've heard that before in your life, but you do have navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all those great features, and the performance data recorder, which is amazing to use, plus the camera quality. The resolution is just ridiculous from General Motors. We got more leather You got your mode selector knob underneath this nice little palm rest. And of course, we got that push-pull transmission that's going to control the 8-speed Tremec automatic transmission. It's a DCT, no manual available. More red finish. We open this up. Here is your Corvette key fob, looking classy with the cross flags. You got remote start, which is a nice touch. Let that Corsa system bark on a cold start. Close it up. Small, very, very small compartment here for any extra Twinkies. You're gonna squirt cream everywhere, but you do have a USB and a USB-C. These seats, though, are the competition grade leather. Love the Corvette embossed logo there. The stitch work, carbon fiber all over the place. Nice one-piece backs that are gonna hold you in with some massive bolstering. Look at the way they even do the center portion here with the perforated leather. Full electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And then this headliner in here on the target top with the red stitching and the Alcantara material is just divine. And of course, we have that digital rear view mirror. Nice touch. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you around this D-shaped steering wheel in our C8 Corvette. All right, guys, here we are, business time, behind the wheel where you want to be sitting. And I'm telling you, talking about these seats, yes, the bolstering is a little extreme compared to previous generations, but you know what? It holds you perfectly in place, just like a catcher's mitt. Catches that ball, holds it perfectly right over home plate at Yankee Stadium. The Chevrolet engineers and designers have plenty of room in here. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room. Everything is driver focused, getting to that push-pull transmission, that 8-speed DCT from Tremec, easy to get to. Would be nice to have a manual, so I am gonna zonk that. But the steering wheel, very unique, D-shaped. Right at the top, you have the red leather, red contrast stitching all the way around, even on the sexy horn button with that iconic badge that says you're in America's true sports car, and then the Z button. When you see that lit up for Zora, that means that you're gonna get the full performance, electric tilting and telescoping, and it's a heated steering wheel. Plus, you're gonna get these surfboard style metal paddles. These are metal paddles to go up and down the 8-speed DCT, and then a wonderful digital dash, has all the readouts that you want, nice clear view with, you're also gonna get a head-up display, which also is gonna allow you to have the information you need. But you know what? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and go on throttle in this C8 Lingenfelter Corvette. All right, guys, we left Dream Giveaway Garage. We are in this Lingenfelter prepped C8 Corvette. Oh my God, that's all I can say is right away, you're gonna hear that massive boom from that Lingenfelter special tune Corsa exhaust. Really gives the C8 Corvette the sound that it deserves. Because I'll be honest with you, the C8 Corvette, even with the GM Performance exhaust from the factory, it's quieter than a C7. But definitely listen to this. Wow. Love that naturally aspirated V8 sound. Push rod technology is very dated, but man, it's never sounded better. Looking in the rearview mirror, I actually shut off the digital rearview mirror so that I could see that sexy carbon fiber intake manifold. The top are LT2 V8, but if you're ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Yeah! My God! Wow. 560 horsepower from that V8. Really gives you that nice kick in the pants feel. Of course, driving any C8 Corvette, the way that everything is organized makes sense. You're getting all the important information that you want, that you need, and definitely looking into that engine compartment. Wow, that's the one reason why I could not go convertible. Even though hardtop convertible in the C8 Corvette, I gotta see that engine. I gotta see it, I gotta hear it, and you're definitely getting both in here for sure. But I love the way this interior is optioned in ours. Here we go, yeah! the brakes. Nice downshifts. Sounds so good. Look at this. You gotta option the magnetic rise suspension. I'm telling you, GM has done the business with that technology and really has elevated it to where it gives you a comfortable ride when you're just driving around, but it also allows you to turn up the wick through the twisty bits, and I'm telling you, this car stays flat. You got those 19-inch wheels up front with the 245s. We got the 20-inch wheels out back with the 305s. Nice balance of stickiness. It's going to be interesting to see what the Z06 brings to the table with carbon fiber wheels. 345s out the back, 670 horsepower. But it's going to be hard to track one of those down, that's for sure. On throttle, here we go. Look at this. Look at the way it grips. Nice. Oh, definitely has the braking, allows you to stop on a dime and give everybody change. You ready for on throttle from a dead stop? I am too. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Woo! Yeah! I'm telling you, man, Lingenfelter, they've been doing their thing for over 42 years. I remember reading Corvette Fever magazine, that magazine, and seeing the early work of Ken Lingenfelter, and now Lingenfelter Performance Engineering lives on to really just bring the utmost when it comes to performance and all different vehicles, especially this C8. On throttle, yeah! Just grips. Here we go. Nice turn in. Yeah! On the brakes. Jeez Louise. This thing is unfreaking believable. Where's my towel? It just does things so well, and as much as I zonk about no manual transmission, when it comes to performance, you can't argue with just a regular standard stock C8 Corvette, but there's no way in hell you're gonna argue with this Lingenfelter Prep C8 Corvette. And the fact that you could win this makes it even that much better. I even love the color combination. The silver with the way that the interior is done. Just what if? What if it had a manual transmission? I know that it wouldn't be faster, but there's just something about rowing through your own gears that makes it more magical. But still, these paddles, I like the way they're nice and large. They're made out of metal, which is great, instead of some kind of plastic. Throttle. Ah! You can definitely feel the extra performance. There's no like what if, there's no like maybe you feel a little bit of it, and you're definitely hearing it, and that just heightens the whole experience from top to bottom. Nothing messed with on the interior. You got wireless charging in the center here, you got the wonderful leather. I don't think Lingenfelter needs to worry about this kind of stuff. But the things like back there, I love you. I love that engine, especially with that carbon fiber intake. Absolutely just phenomenal. I mean, it's sad how engine covers cover so much stuff up nowadays, but it allows us to see it with that setup on there. All right, guys, dead stop again. On throttle, here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Smoke them if you got them. But we got those Connies. Look at this. Nice. And there's a little bit of history for you right there. We got a C5 Corvette right in front of us. So much history just between C5 and a C8. let alone all the other generations. God, I need to get some water. This thing really quickens your pulse rate. If it doesn't, you're not a car person, that's for sure. All right, guys, one more time for you. Definitely one more time for me. Let's do one more time for Zora. Zora Arcus Duntov, the true father of the Corvette. On throttle, here we go. Read the throttle a little bit. Nice. Here we go. God, the speedometer is like a freaking jackpot machine, just spinning so quickly. I love seeing those peak fenders. We got to get this back to Dream Giveaway Garage. I could drive this thing forever and ever and ever. Let's go ahead, let's get back. But man, Lingenfelter definitely did the business. I'm just looking at that engine right now. I can't take my eyes off it. But we're gonna get back and wrap this one up. Thanks for going on throttle with me. I'll see you in a sports car second. All right, guys, it's been one of those awesome performance on throttle days here on Rady's Rides with this Lingenfelter C8 Corvette. Definitely want to thank Lori, Ryan, Chris, and everybody at Dream Giveaway Garage for allowing Rady's Rides access to this vehicle. So let me know what you think. Would you go Lingenfelter C8? Would you wait and see and cross your fingers on getting the chance of having a Z06, a C8 Z06 Corvette? The great news is you could win this one. Now, I don't get paid by Dream Giveaway Garage to say this, but they want to support the Rady's Rides fans. So the way to do it is go to dreamgiveawaygarage.com. In that coupon area, you're going to type the word Rady's Rides. If you spend $25 or more, you will get double tickets. So add in that promo code Rady's Rides and spend $25 or more, you get double the chances to win this Lingenfelter C8 Corvette. So if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you, click that link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera, muscle behind the lens, doing a great job, the best in the biz. Show Lori some love in that comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.